Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you are new to tarot, just understand that not every reading is going to resonate with you. So if you start to feel like the reader's wrong, or maybe this isn't your story, it's just for someone else, so just disregard it. And also remember that gender doesn't really matter. I'm going to pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. And all the sex or gender will definitely be right about 50% of the time. Those cards actually describe personality, so you can just remove the gender. You'll definitely know who we're talking about. If you'd like more readings like this, you can just subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. It'll notify you every time I post. I also offer a membership. If you're interested in that, you can click the join button to look at all the perks. I do also offer private personals to my members. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Not really. So I'm just going to use the Oracle to pull the overall energy of the spread. We'll clarify everything with the tarot. Ooh, that's way too many. Take the first one. In the end, I'll grab some advice. Okay, so we have time. Embrace the dewdrops of time. Embrace the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. If you can see that. We have psychosis, episodically losing contact with reality, meaning hallucinations, delusional and or disordered thinking. And dragons, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. And celestial embrace. I am made of stardust. I'm connected to the energy of the universe. The same light that shines from the stars shines through me. I am held in a celestial embrace. My life is sacred. The overall energy is the Four of Cups. We have the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, the Two of Cups, the Emperor, more Aries. The King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. Some of you may suffer from some type of, mental health issue, even if it's not like something on the books, like you know that you suffer it, like some type of mood shifting, or some of you really experiencing actual psychosis in certain stages of life. But I think for everybody it's just kind of something different. For some people it could be, bouts of depression or something like that. But I feel like there is this almost like understanding of oneself in an interesting way. where like you realize that a lot of time has passed and maybe you were chasing something that you felt like was delusional or a little too fantastical or maybe idealized, and it's just kind of led to disappointment. I feel like some idea that was the Ten of Cups has you currently like this. You know what I mean? So I think that though this is more about self, how you've shown up in certain situations or really in life as a whole. Like time may just kind of pass. You know, it's like, where the hell have the last X amount of years gone? Like, what the hell have I even been doing with my life? And I think it's like, especially in maybe even like relationships that are in your life, because this is like the Two of Cups here. Like, so it's like maybe the people that you've chose to have around you, things have been so chaotic that you actually can't remember certain periods of time, or like how much time you actually have wasted in certain situations because it was just so chaotic or like traumatic that like an exceptional amount of time went by and it really has been wasted. Maybe even feeling, some of you may be feeling like you literally, even if it wasn't like a mental health thing, it still kind of is, to feel like, you know, you delusionally have been like stuck in this fantasy of what a situation would become versus what it is. I feel like, I don't know, there's just like a lot of self-awareness here where you've kind of let time escape you, and and maybe thinking back to those situations, why can't I remember certain things? You know, like really how much time has been wasted on maybe things that in the long term just really didn't matter. And I think here it's not in a bad way. I think you're looking at your own energy here in a way of, how do I fix this? You know, like what kept me under the control of other people here, you know? And it's like, I don't know, it's self-acceptance. You know, I'm not perfect. Maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I'm a little toxic in relationships, but at least I'm not delusional anymore. You know, at least I'm not stuck in this phase of believing that something is going to be something that it isn't, you know, and I'm not just like stuck in place anymore. I can see, you know, the next step I think is finding what you have been looking for while you've been wasting your time or energy into situations. You know, it's like this Ten of Cups can mean different things to different people. So, but I'm kind of getting that when it comes to especially romantic relationships with a lot of you, you feel like you have been quite delusional and that you literally like wasted time. Like there's periods of time you can't even remember because some of the shit was so chaotic or so abusive, searching for what you never had, which is like that family life. Maybe some of you had kids with a person, and even though this person was like just really really bad for you, you just kept chasing this dream of having like the two-parent household that you never had. Or, you know, this could be, you know, expecting someone to marry you even though you just spent 5 years in utter chaos with them. You know, it literally is, you know, sort of waking up to where you've been and like what you've actually been doing for a long period of time. And I think a lot of you like, I don't know, needed to. You know, it's like this, at this point now, is like a reality. I think it's just different than the situations that you've been looking at here. Because I think now it's like you, as you're sorting through different opportunities in life or different options, you're coming at it from a totally different angle. There was some kind of pressure in the past to get to something that you felt like you had to fight or like control for, when really it's something that if you just allow it will naturally flow into life. And I think that somebody's picking up on that now, that you should never have to force any type of situations in life. If things are disappointing, you need to walk away from them. You can't sit around expecting change or doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, because that is insanity, right? So there is, I think, a lot unpacked here. Somebody's been spending a lot of time with themselves and getting back to root and figure out who they really are and what they really want and why they went down the path they did. So I really like this here, but I do feel like, in the past there was like this pressure of time. It could be like that societal pressure, it could be like this biological pressure. And I think it kept you in a weird situation for a long time. So why is this relevant? Because it seems like you're out of it. Although the disappointment is still there, There seems to at least be some type of protection. There is this goose that's like holding the umbrella above this person in the pouring rain. So we have Death, Scorpio energy, the Two of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the Page of Cups. I don't know, I think that, there was this, whatever this was, for most of you, a romantic relationship, straight up. Leaving it changed you completely. You don't feel so sick anymore. I think you have a good sense of who you are and what direction you need to go in now. I think that the major realization here is that until we learn how to stand on our own 2 feet, we just kind of can't, I think, fully understand if we love someone else or not. I think that here you've learned how to be completely independent. I think you're not even looking back at this relationship or situation anymore, not the way that you were. You feel like this all happened to make you grow and change and really be the most adult version of yourself here. I think somebody has matured greatly. They found a lot of success and stability in life on their own, but it sort of took everything falling apart with someone else to make that happen. So I feel like there's a lot of strength in a person that they actually didn't know that they had before. Like they got tested and they came out the other side. And out the other side was peace, prosperity, and literally feeling mentally well, like literally feeling sane again, and like you're back in control. Like I feel like somebody feels like they were like under a spell for a while. Like when they really look back, they can't understand why they stayed in a situation for so long. Like paying attention to how much time was wasted and how many opportunities were wasted just dealing with something that was a mess, So here now I have somebody who, has learned that they don't need anybody for anything. And that if they're, going to have people in their life, it's going to have to be based off of pure, raw, emotional connection. I like that. So, yeah, advice. The High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, the Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you can already feel this. You can feel something really good is headed your way. That you're moving into something you've never had before. Like, I think that whatever you're coming out of was so painful and sort of hard to get out of that you've just been stuck. I think, like, for a lot of you, even like maybe in like a trauma state, something's happening here where it's not going to, this is not like, oh, the Wheel of Fortune, something amazing is going to happen. You're going to get $1,000,000 or something. No, this is like feeling the shift and like now is the time, because with time and the Wheel of Fortune, there's a huge shift that's happening here. And it's like there's eclipses happening, so you may really start to see a path or really start to see how far you've come and see the changes that have made and really feel different. Like, I feel like somebody's going to walk away from March with like 1,000 pounds off their chest. They've just been like walking around with a whole bunch of pain and disappointment and feeling like they've lost a huge chunk of their life or wasted a bunch of time, to feeling like it all had to happen the way that it did, and now is the time. Now I can do whatever I want in life. And I feel like you basically before just felt unsupported, and basically if you could make it out of this situation and get to where you are, you're protected. There's nothing to question. So I think that this major shift in energy is everything. Sometimes we get to this state of freedom that we wanted so bad, but it took so much to get there that we don't even like take a second to be grateful and like recognize where we are. But I see that totally different here as we're into this like mid-month energy. Close this out. We have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. And confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. I feel like you guys are going to be also like meeting new people. You're just going to have your confidence back. You may feel more talkative, like you're ready to connect with people again. Like you may feel like you're your old self again, like the you before all the chaos. And that's a beautiful thing. See you guys soon.